Okay, everybody, welcome to this live stream. My name is Evercurdy, and I want to welcome you to my channel. Welcome for anyone who is new here. Today I'm going to be talking about the astrology of November 29th and 30th. And I'm going to be pulling cards from the Mystical Healing Oracle. So let me take the deck out and let us pull some oracle cards. Oh, and one came out. The first card that we're going to be discussing is, now we're going to move on to the second card. What is the second card going to be? And the card that fell out is as follows. So let us read about these cards from the book. Card number 12, which is Experience Rebirth. Let's read about it. So card number 12, Experience Rebirth. Let's see here. Let me see if I can do this. Card number 12, Experience Rebirth. Page 32. Card number 12. Let me find it here. So Experience Rebirth is the first card. And the second card is, let me find the 12th card. This is what it says. Experience Rebirth. You are enduring on a time of great inner transformation. The next few months offer an opportunity for you to review your life in detail. You need to delve deeper than ever before into your inner world. You are being asked to choose a new path that takes into consideration your sensitivity. This path is slower and requires the true inner growth that your soul is yearning for. Don't be surprised if many old notions that you have created of yourself based on how your family has perceived you discharge from your life. If you resist, the process will become more painful. If you embrace it and are willing to be entirely honest, then you will awaken determination and faculties within yourself that you never knew existed. This card does not signal out success and being accepted by others. It speaks to developing an inner practice of self-acceptance and understanding your life's plan. And this is the action to take. You are being asked to meditate on who you are right now and who you will become if you slow down and take the time to learn from, understand, digest, and transform the old. You need to meditate, contemplate, discern which belief patterns you need to let go of and the new higher wisdom you're ready to embrace. While material challenges are always asking for your attention, it's important that you take enough time at this point to focus on your spirit and soul rather than on material success. The second card that we have is card number 6, which is Contemplate Death and Beyond. And I'm going to read this card from the guidebook, page number 6, or card number 6, rather. So let me just find it here. So this is what this card says. Become more detailed and effective in all you do. Acute concentration enables you to think of a cohesive, harmonious way. By learning to deepen your concentration, you will be able to delve into a more profound understanding of life, make better decisions, and effectively work with life-changing healing and spiritual processes. As long as your attention is dispersed on the outside world, you are not refining your inner self. Correct concentration removes nervousness and fears and helps you focus your attention on what enriches and enlivens you. Improving your ability to concentrate also awakens your imagination and ability to visualize, and is a powerful step to developing your intuition. The more you concentrate, the more you start to identify the small details that make all the difference in every area of life. Excellent concentration also allows you to become extraordinary at any field of study and to dramatically improve your memory. The action here is to go for a 15-minute walk, be present and observe everything you see, focus on even the smallest details, then try to recall what you saw with as much description as possible. You can also do concentration exercises throughout your workday because become aware of people you work with, really look at what they are wearing and what they are saying, how they talk, walk, etc. Then close your eyes and recall what you noticed. In particular, remember people's names and what they shared with you. Now I'm going to put this deck away now, and I'm going to find out what the Sacred Traveler deck has to offer us with its wisdom and guidance for November 29th and 30th. So let me do that here. So let me pull out the Sacred Traveler Oracle. And let us find out what this deck has to give us. So, the question is, what does the collective need to know for November 29th and November 30th? So the very, very first card is November 29th. So let's see what it says. So we're going to do the oracle cards, and then I want to turn the attention over to the astrology now. So what does the collective need to know on November 29th? That's the question that we're asking. And the card that we got is Great Adventure. Great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. So this is November 29th. I'm going to set that card aside for now, and let's see what it has for... Whoop, and it flew out. So the card that we have for November 30th is Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So I'm going to set these two cards aside for now. And I'm going to get on with the astrology. So let's talk about November 29th first of all. The very first aspect we have going on is that we have Jupiter is going to come into a beautiful trine with Black Moon Lilith. This means that we're testing the boundaries. So we're we're really going in all kinds of directions and all kinds of statusings of what we're doing. So this is about testing the boundaries, expanding our horizons, moving in new directions that are brand new, that are feng shuied up to the battens, that are going to deliver us the most fruit and cakes at the end of the day. This talks about having unique perspectives and a rebellious nature as well. So we may be having a lot of very, 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 very original perspectives. And our nature may be like we want to get out of the box. Like if somebody ties us down and tells us to do something, it's not going to happen. We're going to just get out of the box. We're going to be free. We're going to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And now is the time to do that. Now is the time to just completely cut away any limiting people, any limiting factor, any limiting destructive factor that other people are giving to us in our lives that are limiting us from our freedom and our authenticity. So if there's anyone or anything that is holding you back from being authentic, now is the time to cut that from your life and not be afraid to do that with an iron fist and face. So this is a time where people are ready to hear things not that they were previously prepared to hear. So you may have an experience where somebody heard this in the past. They heard this X Play-Doh, but now they're hearing this Y Play-Doh. They're hearing a bunch of things that they were not ready to receive in the past because it was too daunting, too truthful, too undulant, too bumdulant. Now they are hearing it for the first time and they are being receptive to it. They're being open to it and they're willing to consider what it is being said. So that is that umshula for today. So the other thing about Black Moon Lilith that we need to know is not only is it very dark and very Ram like, it is very rooted in deep rooted feelings. We're talking about the raw emotions that are not filtered, not jumps, not punks, the raw emotions. We're talking about our primal emotions, where we originally came from, where all the feng shui came from. But now these emotions are coming to be very primal. And we are now opening it up. We're expressing it out into the world. So, this is about deep rooted feelings really coming to the forefront. This is what it is about. These feelings are very strong, they're very intense, they're very poignant, they're very punctured. That's what they are. This is also the time to go on a path of empowered personal transformation. I'll give you a great example. Living Beyond Limits, January 18th and 19th, call up Baron Reed's Oracle Pool is virtual next year. I highly recommend that you jump on the prices because you never know when they'll go up. I won't go until December. But it's a 2-day experience where you physically apply the process of personal transformation. And this year, she is using her Oracle deck this year that she's going to be using is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle. This is her second Oracle deck that she's going to be using for that event. And I'm very, very excited about it because that's the deck I use for videos. And I have a lot of decks down there, but I won't use them for videos because they're for my private uses. So that deck will be utilized for that event coming up in January. So definitely book it if you want to if you want to enroll in that experience and have that wonderful experience of personal transformation. Okay, So we're feeling more creative. We're really feeling more creative than usual. We're feeling more punctuated than usual. We're really being more creative. We're expressing our right brain state. We're expressing our creative self. That's what we're doing. That is exactly what we're doing here. Now, another aspect that I do want to touch on is that the moon in the sign of Scorpio will sextile Venus in the sign of Capricorn, around about 18 to 20 degrees of Scorpio and Capricorn. So, what this means is that our values become priority. Venus is the planet of what we value, what's important to us, what truly matters to us. So this is getting lighted up. This is getting lit up at this time. So our values become paramount to paramount to paramount to paramount to paramount. We are opening up to these values and we are moving with the values in order to reap positive results. So we're reconnecting with loved ones and connecting with friends. We are doing this very nicely now. So, we're reconnecting with loved ones. We're forming deeper relationships. We're bonding well together. We're getting involved in particular parties with other people. We're having conversations. We're getting to know our loved ones. We're getting to reconnect, getting to reunite with loved ones. Talking about their chicken that they caught on Sunday. Talking about their haystack that they put in the big stack. Talking about their vigilante business that they sort of putting off in the bank. You know, these matters are important that they get brought up when you're reconnecting with your loved ones. Another huge thing here is it's talking about letting your guard down for others. If you are stiff, if you are in a place of so stiff, and I'm so rigid against how I want others to perceive me, now it's time to relax, take a breath, and let down your guard. Let down your guard. Just let it down and be relaxed and be as open and relaxed as possible with other people if you're holding yourself back from being that kind of way. And you have an intuitive knowing at this time of how to nurture those you love. Now it's time to nurture those you care about and love through cooking, through speaking, through mealing, through peeling, through dressing, through talking, through, all mediums of love. All mediums of love are open to us now. We are opening up these mediums very highly in the Bible like. Okay, so let's move on to the next piece of information. By the way, all of these papers are actually the name of what's going on in the particular aspects highlighted within them, just so you know. So let's move on. So the next, another thing is we want to find peace and harmony in our interactions with others. We want to find peace and harmony. That's what we want to find. Peace and harmony. So this becomes important. Peace, balance, tranquility, stability, harmony. That's what we want to achieve. It's harmony. Interactions with others. So if we have relationships which are not harmonious by any stretch of the imagination, they're not harmonious. They are disharmonious. They are epically harmonious. They're disharmonious. I could repeat this over and over again. But basically, we want to smooth over the rough edges. We want to smooth over the difficult parts. That's what we want to do. We want to form relationships where the two people are getting along, they're holding space for each other, they're understanding each other, they're working with each other, not against each other. For this peace and balance is very important right now. So we can also find that our empathetic and nurturing side is activated. Activated. So we're more nurturing, we're more emotionally sensitive, we're more empathetic, we're more extravagant in our interactions with others, but from an authentic place, from a heart-centered place. We're from from a heart-centered place. So, we're definitely feeling this sort of energy here with this. Now, another thing is that we might feel more materialistic at this time. We're more likely to spend a lot of money and very, very quickly. We're spend all the things that we want. All the oracle cards that I want. I want the unicorns oracle. I want the native spirit oracle. I want the keepers of the light deck. Get it all at once. And just spend. We're feeling very materialistic. We're very drawn to this object over here, that object over there, and we're buying all these things, and then we ran out of money because we bought all the things and we don't have any more money left. So be careful that you're not overspending, that you're not spending so much that you run out of money so quickly. You wonder why you ran out of money? Well, you spent so much. So it's very, very important that you conserve, that you pace yourself, that you discipline yourself, that you spend a little, save a little. Very, very, very important. But your eye is very hooked on those little things that you desire in the shops, in the stores, that you want to buy on Amazon by watching videos from Wicked Moonlight of her Oracle deck unboxings. And you want to buy all those Oracle cards. That's my example. But so, again, save a little, spend a little. Now, let's move on to another aspect. The moon opposing Uranus. So, we may feel like we want to act in erratic and impulsive ways. We're feeling more impulsive, we want to spur the moment, or anything that is stable, reliable, routine, or we want to get rid of it. Because we want change, we want excitement, we want stimulation, we want functionation. That's what we desire. And so if there's any structure that is boring, that is flatline, that is rumbadum, we want to get rid of it and completely wipe out the structures that don't serve us anymore in order to create new structures that are more liberating for us. So this is about, we may feel like we want to act in impulsive, erratic kind of ways. We're feeling like we want to act in the spur of the moment. We want to change things up. We want to pack all our stuff and go on a trip. We want to take our music stand and throw it across the room. We want to do all these things that are so quick, that are so impulsive, but we might regret it later. That's the thing. It's because this is an opposition. We are going to regret anything that we do impulsively later on. Like, I shouldn't have deleted those videos. I shouldn't have got rid of that journal prompt. I shouldn't have thrown that painting over the falls. Whatever it is, we are going to regret it if we act out of impulse. So slow down, pump the bus up, stop the bus, stop the brakes, consider, am I going to regret this when I'm done with it, or am I going to feel better about doing it? That's what we need to consider, because if we act on our impulses, we might do something that we might later come to feel like, gosh, why did I do that? Oh my gosh, now I have to live with this reality of regret, of disharmony in ourselves, unbalance, unkindness within ourselves, judging ourselves, criticizing ourselves because of this thing that I did, that thing that I did, out of impulse. So, the other thing to note here is we need to express our freedom and individuality. This is very, very important, because if we're being inhibited, if we're being held back, if we're being pushed down, if we're not allowed to express our authenticity, our true self, our freedom, our need for independence, creating healthy boundaries, other people may come and may put up walls and restrictions against these things, but we must resist these things. We must get past these things and choose to live a life that is authentic to ourselves. And if you can't do it, you can. You just have to make the choice today to decide, I am not going to let the structure take away my freedom and independence. I'm not going to let this disrupt my 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 day or my life experience or whatever. I'm not going to let this hold me back. Push against it. Live a life of authenticity. That's what this is really about. There may be a heightened sensitivity to others in your environment. This is interesting because we don't normally associate Uranus with a sensitive energy. But this is a case, maybe, is that we may feel the need to be more sensitive, be more open, be more like intellectually. That is not so much emotionally, but intellectually, we're more open to understanding the person's perspective, the person's point of view. Can we be open to listen to their point of view, take it in, integrate it, that kind of thing. So the other thing here is to embrace and be open to change. This is very, very important. Are you, you're staying stuck in a certain, like you're cleaning shoes, for example, and that job of cleaning shoes is so comforting. It is so familiar, but yet it is miserable, monotonous work. But well, there's this thing that I want to do. But, oh, do I really have to get this up? Yes, you do if you want change and excitement. Yes, you do if you want a better life. You do have to give that up. If you want a better life, if you want change, if you want a better circumstance, then give it up. And move on a new path and start over again, moving on a new path that is better for you, that feels more aligned with your spiritual soul, or what your soul signed up to do in this life, not your ego brain, not your unconscious part of yourself that wants familiarity and comfort, but the ability to follow your intuition, take risks, and create the change in your life that you need to create for yourself. So, you may also misread cues from your intuition. That may be another key with this, is that you are misreading the cues that your intuition is trying to tell you to do this thing, you're resisting it. Trying to tell you to do that thing, you're resisting it. So, um, so your intuition is giving you all this guidance and wisdom, but are you pushing it down, or are you choosing to follow it? That is the need right now, is to follow your intuition. Follow your intuition is what this is all about. So, the other thing here, before I move on to the oracle card for this particular day, is there's unsettling changes in your work and relationships. There may be changes in these areas of life that you may have to happen. It was meant to happen. It was fated. Fate made it happen. This was meant to happen. That your soul signed up for this moment, this day, this experience, this to happen. This was meant to happen. Whatever is happening in your life outside of yourself is a lesson. It is meant to happen. It is exactly how it is supposed to be. So, that is what is going on right now. It may be unsettling, it may be scary, but it was meant to happen regardless. So, the oracle card that I pulled is the card Great Adventure. It says, take a risk, venture forward. How perfect is that? We're talking about taking a risk, and we're talking about the moon Uranus energy. Perfection. So it is card number, I don't have a number on it, so I have to look in the guidebook to see what card it is. Let me see. Page 61. Okay. So Great Adventure. So it says, take a risk, venture forward. So I'm going to read to you the meanings of these cards. This is what I've decided to do at this point. So this is what it says. At the end of your life, you are more likely to regret the things you didn't do than the things you did do. Take risks. Not every risk enables success, but if you don't try, you'll never know what remarkable experiences were available to you. By stepping out of your comfort zone, you'll discover new talents and abilities. Playing safe in the long run is no safer than venturing forth with glee. To quote Helen Keller, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. So it's better that you take a risk now. Even if it falls flat in your face, even if you regret it later, it's better if you act rather than stay stuck in the wanting to keep things the same, wanting to keep things status quo. And you're not acting or hesitating or procrastinating on making the change that you need to make. Now let's move on to more guidance and wisdom. So this is what the Sacred Traveler wants you to know at this point. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. Hoist your sails, catch the trade winds of adventure, and enter the open seas. Explore new ports of call. It's easy to stay safe in the harbor, but that's not where the juice of life is. When you sail the open seas, without knowing what the day will bring, life force energy is activated within you. There are no guarantees when you take a risk. Be willing to go out on a limb. That's where the best fruit is. When you put yourself beyond your personal boundaries, life is so much more fulfilling. There you have it. So now let's move on to November 30th. So the very, very first aspect is a beautiful one. It is the moon in trine. So let me shift, and I have pulled up the chart here for November 30th. I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm looking at all the aspects very, very clearly. Let's talk about what's going on November 30th. So, Moon trine Neptune, first of all. So, people may come to you sharing details of their lives with you as if you were their therapist. People will flock to you. So, are you willing for them to come to you? Are you willing for them to come to your rescue, come to your aid, come to your beguilement? You know, are you willing to hold space and be empathetic and compassionate and kind and open-hearted towards other people? Or are you closing yourself off? Or are you punching yourself in the punching bag, putting yourself in a corner going, nope, I'm not open, I'm cutting myself off now, and I'm closing the blinds away from you. This is the time to open up your heart and let others come to you with their stories, come to you like this, and being open and offering wisdom and guidance and loving compassion from your heart, not your mind, your heart. So, exploring your inner world and your spiritual dimensions is what this is all about. Now, this is super duper important to do things which help you to stay grounded. Meditate, journal, go out in nature, walk in nature, bike ride, like do those things that help you to feel grounded and stable. Because with the Neptune instruments, you could be whisked away somewhere to where you didn't expect to go. And so when you do this, when you are whisked away somewhere, then you find that you're not completely here. You're in a fantasy land, you're in a dream land. But now is the time to get in with yourself. Get in with yourself in a way that where you're grounding down to reality. You're actually doing, practical actions where you are grounding yourself in the 3D, in the present moment. Super important. You may find that your intuition is opened. This is great because your intuition, your inner guidance is opened up. You're more intuitive. You're more you're feeling more like you're connecting to your inner states of being. That's really how you're feeling. You can find that your intuition is open at this time. So this is also a great time to generate works of art because you may feel more creative. So painting, sculpting, coloring, drawing, picking up a picket fence, drawing a dresser, drawing a house, whatever the artistic endeavor is. Now is the time to showcase it. Now's the time to not be shy, but express it out into the world unapologetically. Just like that. So, if you can do that, then you'll really, really take advantage of this energy. Now, let's see. Generating works of art, easily expressing love and affection for others is the other thing that can be very, very deep with this. Is easily expressing love and affection to others. Whatever that may be for you. That's pretty darn open-ended. You may find that you are so creative, that you're so imaginative, that you didn't realize you were. Like, make up the word. Make up the word. Do not be shy. Make up the word and put it out there for the whole world to see. Really, really don't be afraid to do your creative thing, that is you taking risks, that is you putting yourself out there, that is you being bold and courageous and authentic. I said that, I butchered that word, authentic. I've heard some people. Okay, so anyway, I didn't need to do that right there. But so anyway, being more authentic. That was not very good of me to say. So, but there it is. It's out there. So you may be feeling more sensitive and to your emotions and energies of those around you. So you're feeling more sensitive to your emotions and energies of those around you now. That's what I was trying to say. This is so important with Neptune energy. Neptune is boundless. It is like the sea, and it's the sea has no boundaries. It's flowing. It's all one. We're all flowing in a divine network of light and love and light. But we have to draw boundaries, because if we don't draw boundaries, we're going to get burned out. We're going to feel exhausted. We're going to feel depleted. We're not going to feel happy. We're going to feel miserable. And we're going to feel like our life is falling apart if we do not draw the boundaries that we need to draw to. I'm not cutting you off. I'm not being mean. I'm drawing the boundary because I am respecting myself. I'm replenishing my energy. I'm saving my energy for when I need it most. I am doing what is right for me. That isn't selfish. That isn't wrong. That is necessary that you draw boundaries. It is necessary because, ironically, setting boundaries, drawing boundaries will set you free. It will. Because you're not swarming into other people. You're not allowing them to drain you. You're not allowing them to get the better of you. You're drawing boundaries. You're protecting yourself. You're showing that you care about yourself. Hopefully this live stream comes out. If it doesn't, I will be so mad. Okay, so the next aspect is Moon sextile Pluto. It's the next one. So I'm going to go through this a little bit more quickly now. So this talks about dealing with underlying psychological or emotional issues. What is the underlining psychological and emotional issue that needs discussed? This is a good time to resolve wounds, grief, or insecurities. And you may know how you feel about someone, and then they may know how you feel about them. So that's something that you want to mention. This is excellent for dreaming, meditation, and contemplation. Doing these three things is good. Also a good time to clean your bathroom, because Scorpio rules and pleasant stuff. So understanding complex and occult subjects is also very, very good for this transit. Go on a path of growth. Emotional recharging. This is very, very critical, that you recharge your batteries, that you replenish yourself, that you give yourself the time to get fueled up for the races, that you recharge yourself. You cannot give from an empty well. Now, Moon trine North Node is the next transit that I want to talk about. So the North Node, remember, is our path of destiny. It's where we're meant to be going. It's our evolution. It's our juncture path. It's our puncture path. The North Node is why we signed up to be here. What is the path that our soul is destined to go on? For some, it may be communication, intellectual, being receptive and open. For others, it may be business, it may be leadership qualities, it may be self respect. It all depends on the sign and houses and aspects to your North Node that affects your destiny that your soul signed up for in this life. So, relationships may pave the way for long term growth. Put yourself in relationships that will help your growth, even if it involves getting out of your comfort zone, even if it involves very challenging tasks, very challenging endeavors that you're so resistant to do, but this relationship is good for you. It can help you grow. The North Node is what is good for you. But the South Node also is what is good for you because we need to drop into our comfort zone. We need to come back down into our familiar territory. We can't just do our North Node entirely and abandon our South Node. We have to balance the two out. And we do this naturally, whether we're thinking about it or not. We're naturally balancing ourselves out like that. Um, so yes, so past, present, and future potentials, opportunities to heal. On a deep level, this can present wonderful healing opportunities for us. Now, the South Node, on the other hand, rules the past. It rules our karma. It rules what the familiar patterns and the gifts and the talents and the strengths and the character traits of ourselves that are over exaggerated, overdone, that are not in balance with the North Node. So we need to. I keep thinking that this live stream is disconnecting from the internet. We need to release this baggage from our past. Is what we need to do. This is great for healing ancestral wounds as well. It's important to evaluate where your intuition has led you and where it has gone astray, because your intuition may sometimes not lead you to the right place. But I refuse to believe that. I think that you should always, 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 always follow your intuitions. Just forget that I even said that. I don't want to put something out there that I do not believe in. So, channeling creativity in ways that align with your life path is also something that you can't do. So, being creative with that kind of thing. Are you leading with your true self? Are you being authentic? Are you being a sovereign within yourself? Or are you just following the crowd and following groupthink and going with the group? This is Aquarius South Node, Leo North Node. Leo North Node is about shining, being the center stage of your life, being the soul center of your universe, being the star of your life. So, nurturing your path in profound ways is something too awesome. So, I do want to mention the second card that I pulled. This card is for November 30th, and the card is Miracles. So the card says, expect the wondrous to emerge. So, right now I'm going to read this card from the guidebook. So, Miracles, it's in alphabetical order, so just give me a second to find it here. Miracles, page 75. Okay, expect the wondrous to emerge. This is what the card meaning says. Card meaning, just around the bend, a miracle is waiting to happen. Release fear and insecurity, uncertainty, and majestic wonders await to unfold for you. Watch for them and embrace them. Some come in unlikely form. Trust that all is unfolding for your highest good. Expect miracles in your life. So be open to this kind of thing. So the Sacred Traveler wants you to know what is expected tends to be realized. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish them when they appear, no matter how small they may seem. What others see as ordinary, the Sacred Traveler sees as wondrous. Look at your life in a new way, let go of fear and expectations, and allow the Creator to solve your challenges in mysterious and wondrous ways. Don't limit the way you think. Miracles can appear in your life all as well. So next time I will make those oracle readings much better than they were. But thank you for tuning in, everybody. Please like this video and share it if you find it interesting. Thank you for going live with me today. If you're, of course, you're watching this after the live stream, because I don't think anyone is watching while I'm live. This is the very, very first live mobile that I've ever done on this channel. So that is it, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I will see you another time.